Coming up on today's episode, what a Thursday night football game. Who would have expected the Niners and Rams to kind of sling it out? We got some big injuries going into the weekend. We're getting all into the marquee matchups of NFL Week 5 coming up. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sports Talk from the Crib. I'm your host, Tanner Christian. So today we got Thursday night football to talk about. We got an NFL Week 5 marquee matchups. You know, if you're new, episodes are airing every Tuesday and Friday. It's available on all streaming platforms. Be sure to check out the website, sportstalkfromthecrib.com. You stream the podcast on there as well. And check us out on social media. We're at Affiliate Entertainment. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok. So you'll see YouTube shorts and TikTok videos of my dog Coco Bean and I doing our game picks. And this Sunday is going to be something, man, because what do we miss? We missed something. We got a ties, and we're back and forth here. I'm ahead of her by a couple of games, I believe, now in the standings going into Week 5. So let's get into it right away. Thursday night football game. San Francisco had no players, we thought, right? They ended up getting a shootout. It was a battle between Mac Jones and Matthew Stafford of the Rams. Man, what a game. Went into overtime. Niners win 26-23. And I tell you what, in overtime, I just really didn't want to watch this game. I was like, man, I don't want to watch this game. It's Thursday night football. You know, they either go one way or the other. Kind of boring, not very great football play, you know. And I'm watching the game. I turned it on. I was just like, I just want to watch. First drive of the game, Mac Jones, Christian McCaffrey hitting it off. Boom, touchdown. I'm like, whoa. 7-0 off rip. And then, the game's going on. We see a fumble here. Matthew Stafford pitching it back to Blake Corum. He fumbled. Niners getting the ball. Boom. And this is a lot of back and forth action. And, what a game. I had actually fallen asleep toward the end. I was like one eye open, man. It was 23-23. I'm like, man, I can't stay open. My eyes, I'm tired. And woke up. I'm like, wow, we really won the overtime, and they won. Niners win. One of the key plays that happened even during the game, Kyron Williams, had an easy touchdown, run the ball up the middle, and he fumbled at the goal line there, and Niners recovered. Then there was another instance in overtime, 4th and 1. Rams at around their 10-yard line. The Niners already kicked their field goals 26-23. They get their chance now to score. And the Niners stop them. Big 4th down play. Niners stop them, win the game, and that's that. But I really feel like, up to that point, the Rams really shot themselves in the foot. They should have won this game. They had whole bunch of opportunities lost, by penalties or just turnovers and just giving the ball back. Like, you just let a 49ers team that were without Juwan Jennings, they were without Brock Purdy, they were without Ricky Pearsall, they were out nobody shoot up. You didn't even know who. George Kittle's still out. Who's on their offense to have the ball? Oh, this guy Kendrick Bourne. Yeah, remember him? He had a career high 10 catches, 142 yards on the night. I thought the Rams were one of the best defenses in the league. Not last night. Fantasy football, they're like, pick up the Rams defense. The Niners don't have anybody. Well, Mac Jones, check this out. 342 yards on the night, 2 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford, 389 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kyron Williams caught 2 of them. Christian McCaffrey did a lot for them in the passing game. 8 catches, 82 yards, a touchdown. So Niners now go to 4-1. Rams fall to 3-2. And talk about 2 heartbreaking losses here for the Rams, because they very easily could be 5-0. But we had that mental collapse in the second half against the Eagles. You had so many miscues here This is kind of not like a Sean McVay team. And he came out and takes full blame for the 4th and 1 call. I don't blame him. I would have done it too. The problem with the 4th and 1 call in overtime, if you watch the game, they called that same run play all night long. 3rd and 1s. I mean, it was like 4 or 5 different times. The same formation, the same lineup, the same play call. And then that time it was like the Niners had enough. That would have been a perfect opportunity to line up in that situation and do the play action pass possibly. So, and it's like get one of the tight ends out. So like that to me was, the deciding factor. I don't mind going for it because I would have went for it on 4th and 1 too. You got to try to win the game. But Sean McVay, post game takes the whole blame about it, and but they had so many opportunities. They kind of shot themselves off. On the other hand, Niners defense came up big. They played well when moments happened. So, and Mac Jones answered the call, man. Like, he is playing so well under the Shanahan system. In New England, he was horrible. In Jacksonville, that one, horrible. Well, I actually don't want to say he was too bad last year in Jacksonville, but when he was in New England, it was bad. But kudos to him. Is it the system, or is he really this good in this? I mean, he's looking like a pretty damn good quarterback under Shanahan, and it makes you wonder, is he really better than Brock Purdy in this system or not? And doing this without all those weapons on the offensive side of the ball? I mean, think what you want. But anyways, Niners, heck of a win. Go to 4-1. They're leading this division. Rams 3-2. 2 bad losses, man. They very easily could be 5-0 if they just get back to the basics here, and it's unlikely for a Sean McVay team to be like that. So let's hop into these Week 5 games. We got bye weeks are hitting now. Falcons, Bears, Packers, and Steelers all on byes this week. Not a whole lot of great matchups, I would say, for Sunday. But, I mean, what are we going to pick? I got one big marquee matchup that we want to talk about, but we're going to talk about Cowboys and the Jets. The Cowboys are this tied, Jets winless. Are we going to talk about that game? Are we talking about Dolphins and Panthers? I mean, Texans, Ravens, both teams on their fridge. Like, Lamar Jackson's not playing. CJ Stroud's struggling. Houston offense can't really play nothing. Commanders at the Chargers. Jaden Daniels is returning. That could be a good one. Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders versus Justin Herbert, Chargers. Or are we going to talk about Titans at Cardinals? Cam Ward gets Kyler Murray with winless Titans. Can they finally get a win? So it's like there's not really anything to, but don't be surprised. We thought this Rams-Niners game was going to be bad on Thursday night. Maybe Rams blowing them out, but you never know what can happen on any given Sunday. But we'll get into my marquee matchup for the week. I picked the Bucs at the Seahawks. Both teams 3-1. Both of them playing pretty damn good football to start the year. The key injuries, though, in this game, Bucky Irving is going to be out for the Bucs with the foot injury, and Mike Evans, he's still going to be out with the hamstring. So some key players on the offensive side. Rashad White's going to get the start. Sean Tucker will back him up. So Bucs without some Baker Mayfield, got on the practice field. Looks like he's going to be a full go for the game. Thank goodness, right? Because this is a big-time matchup on the road in Seattle. Very tough place to play. But Baker Mayfield's a warrior, man. I'll keep saying it again. I really, love his game, what he's done in the last few years. Start off the year, first 3 games, the guy had, 3 game-winning drives with under a minute to go? It's the first time it's ever happened. He almost tried to pull it off last week in Philly. So, I'm never going to doubt Baker Mayfield, man, ever again. I gave him the full shot. But the big matchup I want to watch in this game is that Seahawks run game versus the Bucs defense. Bucs defense has been pretty good against the run. 12 straight games without allowing a 100-yard rusher. And they haven't even let the running back hit 50 rushing yards in those games. So be interested to see how Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet from the Seahawks can get the run game going because they've both been pretty good. Kenneth Walker's really come on the last couple of weeks. He's had some great games. So that's one of the matchups I really want to look at. And also the Bucs, I mean, they're 5th this year against the run. So we'll see how that matchup is with Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker going against that Bucs defense. See if they can get. Now, the one thing I want to point out here too is the Chris Godwin factor, man. Second game back. First game was kind of more a feel-out game. You know, I think what did he get, like 8 or 10 targets? It was a high amount of targets, but only came with 2 catches last week. But that would be an interesting thing that I would be seeing how Chris Godwin, that Baker Mayfield option, can be against that great Seahawks defense this year, and how Rachaad White can do in the run game. I see more of him in the screen game this game, and some short passes. Maybe Baker Mayfield and Chris Godwin can get back onto the same page. You know, I think I'm just going to roll with the Bucs anyways. I'm going to roll with the Bucs in this one. Let's come up with the upset on the road in Seattle. Wants you to be completely wrong about it, but I don't care. I think we're going to see that Baker Mayfield, Chris Godwin come together a little bit in this game. I just got a feeling. All right, the next game, what are we going to talk about, guys? I mean, like I said, these games, not too intriguing, but let's talk about how, you know, the Baltimore Ravens, they're playing the Texans. Both teams, only one win on the year, and it's been disappointing, right? We've been disappointed in seeing the C.J. Stroud in this offense with Houston, and we've been disappointed in seeing what the Ravens have done. I mean, dead last in defense. They can't stop a pass. They can't stop the run. They can't do anything. And now Lamar Jackson's out. Cooper Rush will get the start for Baltimore. And it's like Lamar Jackson may be out these next 2 games, which would be smart because they're going to go into the bye. So it'd be smart to kind of make sure that hamstring does get healed for the game in the coming weeks, because what is wrong with Baltimore? I mean, dead last of defense. And the other crazy stat that they pulled was like Derrick Henry rushing yards on first and second down. They were going crazy about it on NFL Live. It was, I mean, this dude does not get the ball on first and second down enough. Why not? They're last in doing it, running the ball on first and second down. And when they do give the ball to Derrick Henry on first and second down, he's getting over 5 yards a carry. Why not give the man the rock? See, don't give him the rock in the fourth quarter because he has 2 costly fumbles that, you know, pretty much cost you guys the games. But overall, this defense has been so atrocious. I mean, their injuries are a mile long. I will give them that. A lot of their key players, key secondary, key defensive linemen, linebackers, I mean, you name it, they are on the injury report, and they're probably not going to play in this game. The defensive tackle, Roquan Smith. I always think Patrick Queen's still over here, but it's Roquan Smith. Both corners, Marlon Humphrey, Wiggins. Like, I think even Hamilton's on the injury report now. Who's playing on this defense? There's a lot of key players that make up this defense, and, you know, that you can't have out, and they're out. So I see from Baltimore's standpoint, that's why you're 1-3, because you're just not healthy, and you're dead last in defense because they're all out. You got all your backups in. So this is a big game for both teams, actually. For the Texans, too, Woody Marks, the rookie, he really came along, I feel like, last game. They gave him the rock. He was very involved in the passing game. We're going to see how he does in this one against the Baltimore, but Cooper Rush with the start against C.J. Stroud. This is a must with Cooper Rush. Don't sleep on me. He backed up Dak Prescott in Dallas for a long time. Got some wins. There was even talk about 1 point in Dallas, I remember. Should you start Cooper Rush instead of Dak Prescott? So he's no slouch. He knows what he's doing, man. And he is one of the quickest releases in the NFL. Well, yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. I want to thank you all for joining me here on Sports Talk from the Crib with your favorite sports host, Terrence Christian. Every new episodes are airing every Tuesday and Friday. It's available on all streaming platforms. Check out the website, sportstalkfromthecrib.com. Stream the podcast on there as well. Be sure to check us out on social media. We're at Feel Heat Entertainment. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, X, and TikTok. Catch our Week 5 game picks with Coco and I on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So go on the website, be able to follow the link, subscribe, and do what you gotta do. Thank y'all for joining me. Y'all enjoy the weekend. Hopefully some good football is in store. See y'all on Tuesday.